Hey there everyone, and happy Sunday. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Lambers checking in with you for your Sunday evening forecast and what you can expect for the week ahead. Now, we've had a beautiful day ahead of us in case you were able to spend it outdoors. I know I was, and there was plenty of sunshine. The temperatures were good, and as you can see behind me, those temperatures maxed out in the lower to mid 80s. So it really was a beautiful Sunday across the Gulf Coast. But what can you expect for the work week ahead? We'll have a full look at that coming up in just a little bit. Right now, we are waiting for the baseball game to end. So in case you were tuning into Fox 10 News at 9 o'clock, well, we weren't on, and that's because of the baseball game. It's a good game, though, so I highly recommend watching it. And then afterwards, we will start our nightly news. And also, we have a very special person that is going to be anchoring that news, and it is one of Fox 10 legends, Bob Grip. So in case you are going to be watching, again, we have Bob Grip back. I'm very excited for the opportunity to be working with him for this evening. So anyone that does like that and does miss Bob on Fox 10 News, well, this is going to be a perfect newscast for you. Now let's go ahead and dive right in for what you can expect for your week ahead, just in case you can't stay up that late. But again, Fox 10 News will start after the game, but let's go ahead and dive right in to your work week forecast. So talking about today, well, those temperatures maxing out in the lower to mid 80s. On average, we're normally at 79 degrees, so a bit on the warmer side for today. That's going to be all that sunshine that we saw, plus also those calm winds contributing to that heat. Checking in on temperatures right now, we're dropping down into the mid 60s, so 65 in Mobile, 72 in Pensacola, clear skies, calm winds. It's a pretty pleasant night out there in case you are outdoors possibly. But in case you weren't, I do hope that you got outside and enjoyed it today. Checking in on our radar right now, no clouds out there at all. This does show clouds right now, but just not seeing any. Clear skies, perfect in case you want to go outside, look at some of those stars, look at the moon, because it is going to be a pleasant evening out there across the Gulf Coast. Waking up tomorrow morning, going to be on the chilly side again. We're going to be dropping down into the upper 50s for those inland spots, into the mid 60s for a lot of areas that are going to be further inland, and then the coastal spots, upper 60s, even the lower 70s. So what we're going to be seeing is a little bit on the warmer side. We're still seeing some of that radiational cooling. That's going to be those clouds, that cloud cover that's getting out of the picture. So that's going to drop us down, but those winds aren't going to be as strong. So that's why we're not seeing those 40s like what we were seeing just 2 days ago. Checking in on our futurecast starting off for this evening. Going to be staying dry for the remainder of the night. You can see some offshore showers, but mainly going to be staying to the west of us. Not going to be affecting us. Clear skies by the time that you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. And that's going to be continuing for the rest of your Monday. Just some light cloud cover making an appearance possibly in the afternoon, but still plenty of sunshine, so another warm day is ahead of us. Checking out your day planner, maxing out once again in the lower to mid 80s. So warm, above average. Just might want to pack that jacket for the morning just because we are going to be seeing those temperatures in the mid 60s, but you'll have no problem shedding that off by the time we get into the afternoon. So again, those clouds, just going to be spotty in some places, but really a great Monday to start this work week. Let's go ahead and check in on the tropics. We're still in hurricane season. Again, hurricane season goes until November 30th. And actually, how many days do we have left? Well, we have 43 days left. 43 days left of hurricane season, unfortunately, and with that, we are watching two areas of development. So that first one just going to be south of Cozumel. Low chances of development over the next 5 days. Now, we could see a low pressure system emerge in this area, and it could just slowly move and slowly form into something. So considering the proximity to the Gulf of Mexico, do need to be keeping a close eye on this one. But again, over the next 5 days, those chances of development are low. But let's move on to something that's high, luckily further away from us. It's away from Mobile, off the eastern coast, just in the middle of the Atlantic. This one has 90% chances of development over the next 5 days. So within the next day or two, we could potentially have a subtropical depression or a tropical storm forming in the Atlantic. Now, the models have done horribly so far for this season, but luckily they just have them meandering around the Atlantic, and that's something that I'd like to continue to see. Checking in on our 2020 storm names, if this does form, which it most likely will, it will be named Epsilon. So the 2005 hurricane season, what we've been beating all along for this season, the 2020 season, they only got to Zeta. And Zeta formed late December and even lasted into January. So really something to keep in mind with this. They didn't go past Zeta, so there's never been an Eta. And we're about to move on to Epsilon and still in hurricane season. Now, checking in on our beach forecast for tomorrow for any of the lucky folks that get to go to the beach. Daytime high is going to be in the upper 70s. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be breezy. That rip current risk, though, still high, and it's going to be high for the week ahead. So we're looking at those yellow flags in a lot of places. Now, I went to the beach today. Those waves were pretty decent size, but it's mainly the rip current. So even if the waves look okay, just be cautious that we could potentially see some of that undertow or some of the rough surf, too. Easterly winds will also be 10 to 15 miles per hour. Just make sure you're using caution. Also know that Navarre Beach, they were flying some of those purple flags. We did see some jellyfish today, so also use caution there. But checking out that full 7-day outlook, plenty of sunshine in the forecast by the time that we get to midweek. So temperatures warming up into the mid-80s. By the time we get to the end of the week, we're going to start to introduce rain chances just slightly. So that's going to be that Thursday and Friday chances just bumping up slightly. We're going to be staying warm, we're going to be staying above average, and those overnight lows also going to be staying in the 60s. Overall, a pretty decent forecast ahead of us, especially by the time that we get to midweek. Starting off this brand new week with plenty of sunshine, and those temperatures just a little bit above average, but still just in the lower 80s. So it's looking good ahead of us. Luckily, there could potentially be a cool spell in sight later on at the end of the month, just in time for Halloween. So I do hope that that verifies and that we could potentially see cooler temperatures just in time for that special day. Well, again, we are going to be starting Fox 10 News right after the game. So that's going to be the Braves game that's on right now on Fox News. And we'll continue to keep you updated here on Fox 10 News about all the news stories. Again, I'll be doing the weather. And also we have Bob Grip. So make sure you do tune in a very special evening. And he'll continue to be doing the Sunday evening news until Election Day on November 3rd. And then even have some special reporting then. So I hope everyone has a fantastic Sunday evening. Have a great work week, a brand new Monday ahead of us.